Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 very interesting one-pot meal recipe ideas. Now since they are all one-pot recipes, they cook relatively faster and you don't have to worry about doing a lot of cleaning once you are done. So without wasting any more time, let's get cooking.
The first recipe which we are going to make today is dal dhokli. I make it in a variety of ways, but today I am going to be showing the quickest yet most delicious method of making it in a single pot. Let's start by making dhoklis. For that, I have taken about a cup of whole wheat flour. I'll be adding some turmeric about half teaspoon, some red chili powder about a teaspoon, and some salt to taste. I'll also add a little bit of ghee and mix all the ingredients together lightly. I'll also add some water and make a soft dough out of it. This is how it looks. I'll now coat the dough with little bit of ghee so that it remains soft, and we'll now cover this up and keep it aside. Now let's make tadka for our dal. What I have here is half teaspoon of coriander and cumin seeds and 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. I'll crush them together till coriander seeds are open and garlic cloves are smashed like this. Now it's time to switch on the gas. I'll keep the pressure cooker on the stove and add some ghee to it. About 3 to 4 teaspoons of ghee. As you can see, the quantity of ghee is not much. Now we'll heat it up with the crushed mixture of coriander seeds, cumin and garlic, and we'll give it a toss, to which I'll be adding some green chilies and 2 cloves. I'll again mix them up together. Now we'll add some hing or asafoetida, after which I'll add a half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder and a teaspoon of coriander seed powder. I'll also add the tomatoes to it and give it a good mix. After which I'll be adding some salt to taste. Now the salt also helps the mixture to cook faster. After adding some salt, I'll give it a good mix and I'll add some jaggery. Now jaggery helps to balance out the flavor of tomatoes, and it also gives a good color if added at this stage. We'll add half of it right now, half of it afterwards. We'll cover it and cook it up. At this time, I'll add a handful of peanuts which I had soaked for about half an hour. We'll again cover it. We'll check on it again. After the tomatoes get mushy, it's time to add our dal. This is about 1 cup of tur dal which I had soaked for about half an hour. Now we'll mix it thoroughly. Now, soaking the dal actually reduces the cooking time, and now we'll further reduce our cooking time by adding hot water to it. Now here I am adding about 2 cups of hot water to the mixture. After which I'll be adding some garam masala. You can use homemade or store-bought, any variety of garam masala will do. We'll now pressure cook it for about 2 whistles. Now we'll check on our dough. It is still soft as we had coated it with ghee. Now I'll be rolling it in order to make dhoklis or dumplings. This is how our roti looks like. Now we don't have to worry about the shape of it, as anyway we are going to cut it. I like to cut them diamond shaped. You can cut it however you like it. You can cut them in circular discs or just plain squares. The shape that I like is this one. Now I'll take them out one by one and keep them aside. Now we'll repeat the same steps again. I think this much will be sufficient, so we'll now check on our dal. I had switched off the gas after 2 whistles. The pressure is now released, so we'll open it. As you can see, the dal is cooked just the way we want it. We don't want it overcooked at this stage. Now it's time to add the dumplings. I'll add them one by one and mix them up thoroughly. Now I'm also adding the remaining jaggery here. It's time to now close the lid and again pressure cook it for 1 to 2 whistles. We'll open the pressure cooker slowly. As you can see that our dhoklis are very well cooked and our dal is also cooked perfectly. Now it's time to add it in the bowl. I've garnished it with coriander leaves. I'll also drizzle it with some desi ghee. And it's ready to serve. The second recipe for the day is the mixed dal khichdi. This one is not the boring usual khichdi that we normally make. It's a khichdi with a twist. I'm sure even if you're a picky eater like me, you'll still love it. Let's see how it's made. I have taken here about 1 cup of rice and half cup each of green split moong dal, tur dal and masoor. Ratio of rice versus dal here is 1:1.5. You can adjust the quantity as per your liking. I had washed and soaked this mixture in water for about half an hour and drained the water completely. Now it's ready to cook, so let's start. For the tadka I have taken finely chopped garlic, green chilies, ginger juliennes, finely chopped coriander, 2 onions cut lengthwise, 1 cinnamon, 4 peppercorns and 2 cloves. We'll start by heating up the pressure cooker and adding about a tablespoon of oil. We'll let it heat for a while. To this, we'll add about half teaspoon of mustard seeds. Add all the khada masalas, dalchini, peppercorns and cloves. 2 teaspoons of jeera. After which I'll add some hing, finely chopped garlic, green chilies and ginger juliennes. We'll mix everything together. To this, I'll now add the onions. We'll give it a good mix. It's now time to add our dry masalas. We'll start by adding turmeric powder half teaspoon, about 1 teaspoon of red chili powder and about 2 teaspoons of coriander seed or dhania powder. We'll give it a good mix. I'll also add some salt here. Now it's time to add our soaked mixture of rice and dal. We'll mix it thoroughly. I'll again add some salt to taste. I'll give it a good mix. Now to this mixture I'll add hot water. Now the ratio of water is generally 2.5 times, but I like my khichdi a bit runny, so that's why I add a little bit more than that. To this I'll now add a little bit of jaggery. We'll now cover it and cook it for 3 whistles on medium flame and 1 whistle on low flame. Once the pressure is released, we'll open it and check. It looks really nice and smells fantastic. We'll serve it in these bowls. Now bowls are an excellent medium for portion control. That's why I prefer having such things in a bowl. Now we'll garnish it with chopped coriander leaves and drizzle some desi ghee. You can serve it with some dahi, pickle and papad on the side, and I'm sure you'll love it. The next recipe for today is paneer pulao. Now paneer and rice are 2 such ingredients that vegetarians can't live without. In this recipe, I've combined these two to create a wholesome meal which gets cooked in no time. Let's check out the recipe. I've taken here about a cup of rice that I've washed and soaked for 30 minutes, about 100 grams of malai paneer, some basic masalas which I'll let you know when we use them, small onion which I've cut lengthwise. In khada masalas, I have 1 tej patta, 1 small dalchini, few peppercorns, 2 cloves and 3 cardamoms. I have here some cashew nuts and some kesar. We'll start by switching on the flame and heating up some oil in the pan. Alternatively, you could use some ghee if you want to. Once the oil is hot, we'll add paneer cubes to it. We'll shallow fry them from all the sides and keep them aside. Now, in the same pan, we'll add all our khada masala, tej patta, dalchini, peppercorns, cardamom and cloves. We'll then add zeera, about 2 teaspoons, I'll add some hing, about 1/4 teaspoon. In here goes the onion. Now we'll add our soaked rice to the pan. We'll give it a good mix, after which I'll add some salt to taste. I'm also adding a little bit of sugar here, which is optional. You can totally skip it if you want to. Now I'll mix everything up. After this turns golden yellow, I'll add the paneer to it. To this, now I'll be adding some hot water. Now amount of water is double the amount of rice you have taken in the recipe. We'll throw in some cashew nuts and also a few strands of kesar. After that, we'll let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes after closing the lid. We'll check on our rice now. It's about done. Yes, it's done. Now it's time to serve. Now this paneer pulao recipe can be modified by adding any of your favorite vegetables. Even if you do not have any vegetables at hand, it still tastes good with the minimum ingredients which we have used. Please do give this recipe a try. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Please do try the recipes and let me know your feedback in the comment section down below. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next one.